Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your experiences below in the comments. I do read all of the comments. Okay, so I'm picking 3 cards today, 3 blue cards. I'm definitely getting the vibe of spirituality and like some kind of distraction when it comes to religion or something like that. So before I do go on into this reading, something that I want you all to recognize is that anything that is encouraging you to behave a certain way and fear is the backbone of it, then it is wrong. Love is right, fear is wrong. Doing things out of love, okay. Doing things out of fear, not so okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're feeling attacked and you're scared, that's different than somebody telling you, oh, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. It's not the correct motivations behind it. So you guys want to just be careful with that. Let's have 4-1. What's the 411? 41133. 41133. This felt like a height to me. 411. And then 33 is like accumulation of skills. 33 is definitely a number that represents communication of love, right? So we got 2, 6 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So that equals the number 3, which we have twice right here. So definitely communication is something big here. All of the cards are blue as well. So that does represent the throat chakra. All right, so yeah, we kind of have this energy of 6 and 6 broken down into 5 numbers, right? This right here is giving me a separation of the 6, right? So we have 4 coming out in reverse. It's in unstable boundaries is the word that I'm looking for. Unstable boundaries have led you in the wrong direction. And this has something to do with how you communicate your skills, how you spread your skill. The Master Life Path 33 is a master teacher, whereas the Master Life Path 11 is about being basically a psychic, right? So this may be something about your psychic abilities leading you to teach, or your intuitive abilities, whatever you call it. I really don't care. And then there's this issue with boundaries being overstepped. What I'm getting right now is that these are spiritual boundaries, right? So when it comes to spirituality, regardless of whether you are like indoctrinated in a religion or anything like that, you have to create your own boundaries. You can be like, oh, well, it's written in a book and these are the rules, da 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 da. But that's not how it works, right? Let me close this window because it's loud. Hopefully y'all couldn't hear that though. So anyway, something's not right for you just because it's written in a book, right? Or just because somebody told you that, or this is what we've been doing for all of these years, or whatever the case may be. You guys have to find your own spiritual boundaries, right? So one thing that you'll see a lot of when people are coming up spiritually is connecting to your ancestors, right? Which is something that I promote all the time. However, y'all gotta know that y'all have more than one type of ancestor, right? There are some that are good, that are trying to bring you greatness, and there are some that are a little bit bitter, angry, and are trying to cause more problems for whatever the case may be. You connecting with either one is based on you, right? And I also feel like I should say you shouldn't do anything you don't want to do. So there's this idea of comfort, moving in our comfort zone, moving out of our comfort zone. And I'm not talking about something that takes you out of your comfort zone. It's just like when you feel that something is wrong or it's not right, or If you've been beating yourself up about it, that's not the direction your guides are going to take you. So you guys really need to be careful with your thought process and your spiritual awareness. What are you allowing to be included into your life, and what are you blocking? Right? Because right now, I'm getting that there are blocks due to some kind of inappropriate boundaries, right? And then the 33, I'm getting that you are in a state of learning, but I also get that you are in a state of teaching as well. So one thing to keep in mind with life in general is that we learn, we teach, we learn, right? If you've ever taught anything to anybody, you know that when you are teaching, your mind has to be open to learning, because the people that are present are going to teach you something as well. So I do think that this is also a vibe of keeping your mind open to learning. For some reason, the word trust is coming to mind as well. I feel like you guys need to let somebody know that you trust them, trust their vibes, trust their motives, trust the way in which they're headed, because that's what they need right now. Pick some trinkets. I just dropped one, so we're gonna pick another one. Okay, so we got a big ass flower, a star here, and then we have a butterfly. So the flower is really this place of spiritual growth, personal growth, really big growth, right? Because that's a big ass flower. So this growth is huge, huge. I feel like something has been blocked from your life in order to allow this growth, right? And so spirit is like, okay, you're finally coming up to getting to the place where you need to be. And then we have the 11 in reverse with this star right here. This star, it just looks kind of beat up to me. The star usually comes out as like hope and renewal. It also represents your soul a lot of times. I can't help but to read it like that. And I feel like your soul has taken a bunch of hits to the point where you kind of feel hopeless and helpless. And that's one of the reasons Spirit has blocked a lot of things from you, because you've been very unmotivated. I get a lot of self-doubt, and I get a lot of kind of like down talking yourself. I get that you guys are maybe involved with some kind of spiritual deities that you may want to separate yourself from. When it comes to that type of thing, again, I'm always about connecting with your ancestors. You should be connecting with your guides and allowing them to introduce deities in your life. And I understand that, most of us are raised in a religion, and there's a specific, like, there's only, it's like, I think 5 main religions in the world. And I, even though Buddhism and Hinduism are both on that list, those aren't like religions like the rest of them. But either way, whatever you believe in, it's introduced to us as children, right? And it's up to us to find our own way. I feel like this about pretty much everything in life, even like politics. Politics, religion, racism and hate or love, whichever way you're going. It is something that is taught in our household as children, right? So we pretty much have this idea of who we're supposed to be before we're adults, and it's your job to decide if that energy is the energy that you want to be in, that you want to sit in. Be careful with switching religions and switching deities and things like that. I said this before in a previous video. When it comes to your spirituality, you have to decide what's right for you. You have to decide what works for you. Um, as a disclaimer, some of us do have dark paths on this earth. Now, y'all might look at people and be like, oh, yeah, well, everybody's supposed to be good and everybody's supposed to do this and do that. And it's just not true. It's just not true. Everybody could be good and everybody could do the right things, but that's not everybody's path, right? Everybody's path is not to do the right thing, it's not to move forward in the correct way. Some people's path is literally to cause chaos and destruction, right? Um, yeah, it's just like a wrecking ball. Like that shit's not meant to build shit up. It was created to tear things down. And as with the wrecking ball, that's not always a bad thing, right? In this life, we need darkness just as much as we need light. Spiritually, we love to discount our dark side and pretend, oh, I'm all love and all light. But let's be real. If somebody came to you, right, let's say this was a robber or some shit, and they had a gun, and they're like, give me all your shit or I'm gonna kill you. Dealing with that situation with love, dealing with that situation with light is not gonna serve you. I mean, it could, but chances are it's not. It's not. Sometimes you have to pull the darkness out of your ass to handle shit. With that being said, wielding darkness isn't something that you should be doing just for the hell of it, I guess. It's kind of like one of those things you have to learn how to deal with your darkness in a very healthy way. So we do have this 33 and the butterfly. I get growth. The butterfly is kind of like the death card. It represents transition. It represents the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another one. But this is a second cycle you have to let end. You can't keep allowing it to go on. What I feel like is it's something that you ultimately want spiritually, and it feels like you're just going about it the wrong way. I do feel an arrogance here. It's just like a lot of people who are, for instance, I was raised Christian, so a lot of times I will reference Christianity, but I dislike all religions, just to say, just so we are clear. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. All right, well, let's keep going, because I totally forgot. We was talking about transitions. You guys moving on. Hold on. All right, y'all. I had to literally go back because I needed to tell you. I felt like it was important, and usually I don't do that. But I was talking about the arrogance of it. There's no arrogance in spirituality, right? And this is why I did bring up religion, because a lot of times in religion it's like, oh, well, if you don't believe this, then you're damned to do something or be somewhere, or whatever the case may be. You're bad. You're looked at as bad. You can't da da da. And a lot of times that will stick with us, right? And so we kind of develop this arrogance of, oh, I'm better than them because they don't believe what I believe, and I'm going to heaven and they're going to end up going to hell because of the things that they believe and things like that. So definitely release that and let that go. If anything, there's an idea that all of the religions are right. Everything is going to take us to a pathway. It's going to take us to a place where we have to look at our life, review our life, and really see what we did, how that played out, how we affected people, deal with our karma, because karma is everywhere, right? You're not gonna just avoid it. You have to handle it. And so we're all going to be faced with that. There's nobody here that's 100% perfect, and believing in something doesn't define your character. It doesn't define the way that you treat people. Only you can do that, right? And so what I always tell you guys is that people will remember how you made them feel more than anything. They can forget your face, they can forget you completely, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. And being arrogant, being holier than thou, is not gonna leave anybody feeling good about you. And you don't want anybody to have ill thoughts about you, because it's energy that's perpetuated, right? So we can't control everybody's thoughts on us, but we can control how we represent ourselves, right? So we got Knight of Swords here, Four of Pentacles, and Two of Swords. So the Knight of Swords falling under the Four. And definitely right now I get energy of ancestors being angry. Some of your ancestors are angry because you guys are ignoring them. You are going against you're going against your ancestry, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, you've been moving in a certain direction, but you're really going against like the people who came before you and the people that are to come after you. I get like this like you have to straighten things up. It's like crooked, but you have to like straighten things up, and you have to make sure that you are passing the right things down, right? With the Four of Pentacles here, the Four of Pentacles is about holding on. It could really mean saving something, but I think you guys are holding on to old ideas, even though they no longer work for you. So I'm really feeling the Hierophant vibe here heavy. Like you need to reevaluate what you think and why you think that, right? Because anything that we believe should be able to be backed up by our experiences, by our theories, something that we can connect to in a very logical way, and not that energy of, oh yeah, well somebody told me it was like this, so that's the way it is. Like somebody can tell you anything. Yeah. I'm not gonna get on the books, but anybody can write a book, and anybody did. So I would be careful with believing something just because it's been believed over and over again. When you think about American history and how they twisted and turned it, honey, I did not know that down south they be teaching them kids that the slaves and the slave owners was friends. Friendly. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. No, they were not. No, they fucking were not. But y'all are teaching this in our history books. And history is something that is janky, to say the least. So you need to make sure, unless it's your history that you directly experienced, right? And even that, you should question sometimes, right? Because a lot of times our past experience shape our current experiences. But you guys need to question everything, right? The Two of Swords is representing to me that there's something that you're not seeing. Mostly, I get that you're not seeing your growth. You're not seeing your other options. You're not seeing how your hope, how things could be better. I feel like you are handling things in a very impractical way because of what you were taught in the past, because of how you were raised. So I really hope that you guys can move past that. Final card I am going to pick for your chakra. All right, so we have determination, number 16. So we know that 16 is a karmic life path number. So we have 2 master, 1 karmic life path number. 16 is about misuse of love, abuse of love. So I really find that 16 really represents taking advantage of vulnerability, right? 1 can be very manipulative, and 6 is about love, right? So we got determination representing our solar plexus chakra. So I'm going to read a little bit of this. You have called this card into your awareness today as a reminder of the power and importance of determination. This powerful energy is calling to align with I don't know that, y'all. I'm dyslexic, so my apologies. This powerful energy is calling you to align with it as you bring out the determination that lies within you. Everything at some point requires that extra energy to push it to the next stage of creation. Determination and will are the keys to amplifying your desired outcome at this time. You may have been working hard on a certain project and have come to a standstill. You may have doubts and the negative thoughts may be overshadowing your dreams. It is natural to have doubts. However, pulling this card is a sign that it's time to get focused and determined. Nothing in this world can take this dream from you. Allow the fire in your body to rise as you bring forth the energy required to move to the next stage in your manifestation. Okay? Ashe. All right. So that is telling you guys, and I said that in the beginning, that you guys are filled with this doubt, right? Filled with this energy that, oh, you can't do this. This isn't allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was raised in a Christian background and I do tarot reading, right? So that would be the equivalent to me being like, oh, well, this is witchcraft, even though it doesn't say that in the Bible. They will tell you that this is witchcraft, this is bad, da 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 da, whatever. And it's something that you have to determine for yourself, right? I would also like to add that I seen this meme the other day that said, who knows why we were taught to fear witches and not the people that burn them at the stake. If your beliefs call for you to use violence against others, there is absolutely something wrong with those beliefs. Period. No. But that's all I have for this number, y'all. If y'all are seeing 4133, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and leave your comments below so that I can read them. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.